Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hopefully it's not too late in the day. I know the time difference, it always gets me.
No, I'm 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm fine. Now, if you had this at 9 p.m. Eastern and I had to go all the way till 10, because I start dying out like about 9:30 is like the spot where I'm like, oh, goodness. Granny B's getting old.
No, that is me. Once like 2 p.m. hits, I'm like, I'm ready. I need to go take a nap.
Take it out.
All right. Well, everybody funnels in. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Victoria, and I am an avid reader. I've known for many years that my retirement is going to be authoring and open up some kind of bookstore. And so we're at the point in my career where I need to start preparing for retirement. So we've launched our first book. The goal is to put out 3 books a year for the next 5 years, and then look at where I'm at and say, can I retire?
Ooh, I love this. And what made you come up with this goal?
I am very much so in the corporate world. I'm like an executive, so it's hard for my executive brain to turn off. So everything's about planning, meticulous planning. So I don't think that I can go into any phase of life and not embrace that some way. Same thing with the author journey.
I know we're so excited to have Victoria. I know. And where did your love of writing come? Is it from reading so much, or did it happen prior?
So I've always loved reading a lot. I mean, since I was a kid, I think my love of books came with. I don't know. You're probably too young to remember this, but you used to do these things in school. It was like a readathon, and people would sponsor you and give you like $1 a book or whatever. And whoever read the most in like the readathon period, they would win like personal pan pizzas for their whole entire class. And so my mom, I think it was like second grade or something like that. She went and bought me like this box set of the Babysitters Club. It was like either 12 or 16 books. I can't remember. And she thought it would like last me the whole month where the readathon was going on. And I literally read through them in like one weekend.
Yep.
I was like just tearing through the books. And so I think my love of books kind of developed there and then it just grew throughout. Um, and then in my career, I do a lot of technical writing, professional writing, things like that for what I have to do for my career. And so I think the author journey is just a mesh of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I don't remember a readathon, but I wish I had it because I feel like I would have been more motivated to read when I was younger.
Oh yeah. Every year, I think we did it like I want to say it was like second grade to sixth grade or something like that. We did it every single year.
I know I put my kids now in like a reading program for like the county, so they're able to kind of read and then they get prizes if they hit so many points. So I guess that's the closest thing I can
Yeah.
relate to.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm much older, so you know.
No, no, you look amazing. No, I'm just so curious because the jump from reader to author, I'm always like, okay. Where were you not seeing yourself in book world that you're like, I want to see this and I can do this?
I think, I entered the book world when it became a social media thing, right? I have always been an avid reader. I was reading when reading wasn't cool and there wasn't a social media outlet that really supported
Right.
reading. Will tell you that most of my reading I've always liked a good romance story. But I'll read a lot of political science.
Okay.
And so it was funny. I did a live on New Year's with Ruby, and they asked us this question. They were like, "If you didn't write romance, what genre would you write?" And I was like, "I would write political science." And Ruby laughed, and she was like, "Well, that's a stretch. I mean, that's two worlds apart." And I think it's just I'm passionate about helping us get to a better place. Like I do human resources is like my corporate executive job. So like it's that advocacy type of personality type that I have. And I've embraced that in my writing journey. Like my first books are many authors would advise against going against the path that I have done because you're reaching out to a limited readership, a much smaller readership. So the fact that I'm starting out with LGBTQ romance is not something that many authors would advise on your first books. Many would say do like traditional romance with some spice in it and then build your readership, and as you get that readership you'll have this open community. and then you can write your sapphic, your
Right.
queer romance. Um, but if anything, I go against the grain on that a little bit. And so the first book that I'm writing is sapphic. The second book is MMM, and then the last book is going to be, well, the third book of this year will be reverse age gap, where the woman is older and the guy is younger. So those are the three books for this year.
Okay. And speaking of your upcoming release, I know that is coming out soon. Can you tell us a little bit about it? I don't want to give away any spoilers.
Yeah, so it is sapphic romance. There's a little bit of professional follower, rhymes with Walker, if you know what I mean. So there's little bit of that, and there is kink in there because there's a mention of a kink club, and then like a little bit of a kink dynamic at the end, kind of towards the end of the book. It's a mafia background, um, and it's going to be the shortest book of all of them. Reason being, I didn't realize that I was going to end up registering for events. So very quickly after I started the writing process, I had an unintended deadline because I have to have a book ready by certain dates to have it in for some of the book events. So it will be the shortest one. So don't get used to the length from me when you get like a smaller one this time, and then I'm not going to do that again to myself. It was just like you got to have that first book. You got to have something to take to the
Right.
like the event spaces. So I kind of put myself on an unintended deadline for that one.
And I love that you chose this type of genre and went against the grain. I feel like that's a bold step, and you have a bold personality, so I feel like that fits perfectly. And having been able to get a little sneak peek, it's amazing. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, everybody's trying to talk me out of my author note, and I'm like, it's effing staying. I don't care what you
Why?
people think. My author note is staying.
I don't
I
know
guess because
why.
it's a bold. Okay, for one, I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the
Yeah,
grain with the book, right? On how authors would say to build your readership. And you've probably read the author note because I give you the very unedited version. Let me just say, very unedited version. Um, and my author note, it has a little bit of cussing some readers out. I mean, I'm just like, if you don't like this, uh, so, so I'm not
but
sure
that's
people
like I
support it,
love that.
but it's me. Like if you know my
Yeah,
personality, that is truly me. And if I want anything, I want a readership that's going to stay with me. I don't want to give you the wrong impression either. Like
no.
this is who I am, loud and proud and upfront. And if you can't get on board for me for book one, you probably won't be on board with me in book 20. So let's just get that out of the way.
100%. No, I read that author note, and it's funny because I know you and because I hear you talk all the time. I read it and I heard it in your in your voice. I was like, yeah, that sounds like something she would say. I'm for this.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of me in this book because there's a lot of menopause in this book. So there you go. It's also for an older woman to read that can find some
Oh
comedy in
yeah.
pieces of it.
I actually thought it was very unique. And you always say like going against the grain and doing something more traditional. I kind of I like the way you chose because for me, once I read, I read 300 books a year. Once you start
Yeah.
to read, nothing really starts to stand out anymore unless it's completely different, right? Because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, either
Yeah.
morally gray or something like that. Then of course they become obsessed with each other, right? We're still having a great time. It's not knocking those books. We're still having a great time, but they're not going to stick in the forefront of my brain. They're going to get
Yeah.
lost in the sauce, right? The books that stay in the front of my brain are the ones that broke me emotionally or were so different that I'm like, wow, like that was fresh. I want some more of that. And reading your book,
Yeah.
there was nothing in there that was like repetitive. There was nothing in there that I've seen before. So I was having a great time. I'm over here just scrolling and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read a chapter or two, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just like, okay, I'm having a great time here. I'm gonna keep going. And
Well,
your
everybody has a
humor
fun
very
time
much
with it.
shows in that book. Your humor very much shows.
I I can't not be me, right? So if
Yeah.
I'm gonna be, you know this from being with me, like when we met, like if I'm gonna be in your space, like I think one of my goals is to embarrass the shiz out of you, to make you laugh, and to like be spicy and feral as just you know what, you know?
And I love how at the beginning of your book, you kind of just thrusted us into what was going on. And I love that because I always tell like book club knows you have 50 pages to get me. And that's the same thing
Yeah.
with like an audiobook. You have 30 minutes to get me, right? You have to get me interested, make me emotionally invested in the characters, and make me want to continue. Or else I am doing something and I'm like, you know what? I'll come back to it. Or I just lose interest. I'm very much a squirrel. So
Yeah.
yours started off hot very fast, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like you immediately got me by the first sentence. I was like, what do you mean? What? And I scrolled up and I was like, I didn't scroll past anything. Like I had to go back down. I was like, Victoria, let me breathe. Say hello. How are you? Like you're starting me off.
Yeah, well, I gave you the prologue. I gave you a little one-page
Yeah,
prologue. We'll give you
you
some
did.
context, some back end, and then we throw you right into in my feralness, my true feralness. I throw you right into the spice in chapter one, spice. But throughout the book, it's you get to know the characters throughout the book. So the history of the characters, it's not like you get to know it all at the forefront. You know how some authors write it so you completely understand each
Yeah.
character as you go through the book. These characters, you build a level of understanding as you continue on. There's a little bit of flashbacks. There's some moments where they're talking about things in the past. And so with my book, it's a little bit different. It's like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am at the first. And then like you get to know everybody as you keep going.
No, I love that because you grabbed me, by the throat, and I was like, well, I'm gonna sit down and have to finish this now. Like, I'm not gonna be able to go anywhere now, right? And I loved how you brought in like the past and showed them previously, and you built up that relationship. Because for me, I'm a nosy person, so if you had started as an adult, I'm gonna be like, okay, so like, what got them here? And that's going to be running in my mind like, okay, what got them here? What got them here? What made this circumstance happen? So I love that
Yeah.
you did that in the beginning. You kind of let us understand who they are as a character before you're kind of like,
Yeah.
here you go.
Hello.
Like that prologue. Here you go. That's all you get.
You get a prologue, just a little bit of a prologue that better satisfy you a little bit because then we're going in straight for the spice.
Yeah. And what inspired you for the characters? Because those characters are very unique and they're very multi-layered.
I've been saying I wanted to write what I've been missing. There's not a ton of sapphic out there compared to other romance genres. I think there's even
Yeah.
more male out there right now in the genre than there is sapphic. But everything that I've been reading, and nothing against it, there's some authors that do it amazingly. I mean, there's Alexia Onyx, there's Caitlin Taylor who's done some, just to name a few. Like they do sapphic wonderfully, but they do sapphic for people under 25, and I'm like, can I just get a mature like can I get a mature like a lot of these sapphic books are talking about scissoring. Let me just go ahead and tell you, for one gay woman, ain't not my 40-year-old ass is not gonna be scissoring shit. My hip will get thrown out, okay? We ain't doing that over here. So that's you're not gonna find scissoring in my book.
I need that as a shirt. There's none in here.
There's no scissoring in this shit.
You know what? But I loved the spice. I loved it, and I thought it was fun. Again, it was fresh because I've read some sapphic, and it's usually like they do
Yeah.
have that. So it
Mm-hmm.
was an interesting take on how you did it. And I was like, I'm having a great time. I'm learning things. I'm over here taking notes. I'm like, okay, that looked good. So
Yeah.
let's take that enough.
I'm thinking about because most of the average traditional spice person will not know some of the toys described in there. So I'm thinking about doing some. You know how people do like a map, like fantasies do like a map of the world. So I'm thinking about including like pictures of the toys that are within the book in the
Please.
first part of the book.
Because let me tell you, my search history because of you, I'm like, I was like, what is that? And I highlighted it and I was like, okay, like maybe it's like a spelling error. I was like, it's not a spelling error. And I'm over here Googling it and then I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh my God.
My Google search history from writing this book, not the toys, because to be fair, most of the toys exist in my bedroom, just to be quite honest. But some of the activity in the book that's more of the dark aspect, I'm sure I'm on a watch list somewhere. The CIA, FBI, they're going to be knocking at my door. I'm just certain of it.
Yeah, because I'm over here Googling and very, very few books. You started watching it the best time.
The best time.
Very few books have me Googling stuff, and I'm like, it's usually like a piercing or something, and then I get all of like, every variety. But this one, I was like, I don't know what that is. And I was like,
Yeah.
Victoria, like, maybe I'm just too sheltered. Maybe I just need to go hang out with you because I had tabs open. I was like, I don't know what this is.
Well, now you do. Have fun
I
ordering.
Yeah, I feel so educated now. I'm just like, you know what? Like, add to cart, add to cart.
Yeah.
And
Just
part of
send
me
me your
wants to send you
birthday.
screenshots.
Send me your birthday and your address. I'll send you something in the mail. I'll educate you annually. Every birthday, you'll get an educational toy.
See, but I'm scared because what if I get a swing in the mail? I don't know if I can handle it. Like breakfasted. Oh my
I'm
God.
a fun time, people.
Honestly, I was expecting like the opening of your book, your author note, to have a swing somewhere or like a reference somewhere. I was like, Victoria, I
Well,
needed a
there's a
swing.
chair. There's a specific chase at the end of the book. So you might get like when I say that there's might be some pictures. Maybe I could picture some of the furniture that is assisting in the
Yes.
processes as well. Maybe.
Oh my God, please do. And just have it like a map and be like, a scavenger hunt at the beginning of
Scavenger
the
hunt.
book.
Where do you find these things? What pages do you find these things on?
Yeah.
You giving me an idea. I actually might actually see. I'll credit you for that. I'll credit you for that. Like, thank you, Christina, for the scavenger hunt that was listed at the front of this book.
And then if you get to the back of the book, put like a fun quote or a character art, like and that's what they win.
Yeah, yeah.
See?
I have no connections in the. I'm gonna have to like. I lean heavily. I will say this. Some of the kindest people that have helped me through this journey, the absolute most as far as authors. Ruby Darling has been a kind soul. Shell Rose has been there every step of the way. And so Shell will probably be my number one phone call once the book is done through editing and I find out what pieces actually stayed and what pieces didn't make it and say, hey, I need not safe for work artist. Where do you find one of those at?
Yes. No, like it was actually I had a blast. It very much made me feel like I was reading it in your voice, which I think it's so unique. Being able like to know somebody, and then hear their work and hear them through their work. I was like, this is such a fun like opportunity that we got. So I'm actually really
Yeah, I have my
excited.
narrator cast in my mind and I'm hoping like hell I can
Ooh,
get every one of them.
yeah. Are
So
you thinking like
fingers crossed.
multicast? You want to duet?
Mhm. Multicast. I want Andy Eloise. I want Rachel Dane. I want Joe Arden and Anthony Palmini.
Ooh, that would
That's what
be
I want.
so good. And do you hear their voice when you're writing?
Um, Rachel's like I. Here's what I heard. I knew that Alessandra could be a truly like a feminine voice, but I knew Vanessa needs to be because of her like her personality characteristics. I knew she needed to have some depth in the
Hmm.
tone of her voice, just a little bit deep. And so Rachel Dane just fits. I mean, if she could do it, that would be perfect. She just fits the bill.
Hmm.
There's quite a few characters that make an appearance, and there's a reason that you get a teaser. Like I said, I had to end this book quicker than I thought I would, but book two and book three will all be characters that you met briefly if not in depth briefly in these books. And so there's quite a few voices that need to be done. And I think Joe Arden is one of the artists. There's one other person that does it well, Lucas Webley, but I think Joe Arden, he's great at differentiating voices and sounding like a completely different person. Like you don't have to get five narrators just because you have five male appearances in the book. Like he can do those pretty beautifully. And then Anthony Palmini, when I hear Cole, I hear Anthony Palmini. I do. I do hear Anthony Palmini with Cole.
And what inspired you for each character's background? Because they're very unique and they have those dark elements as well.
So authors, there's different types of authors. There's authors who do like plotting. There's authors who do like pantser, like they call them pantsers. Eva Hanning, she's one of my friends, and she calls herself a pantser writer. So she kind of like she knows what she wants at the beginning, in the middle, and the end, but she kind of just works her way through that. There's Shell. Shell kind of has a story in her mind, though she doesn't like plot a lot. She has like a predestined story in her mind. Um, I do character plotting. I didn't plan any of the writing of the book. What I did plan in depth was the characters. So I have 3 sheets of the characters that says what their names are, what their history is, what they smell like, what their favorite foods are, what their personality characteristics are like. And so when I'm writing them several times throughout the book, I will go back to my character plotting sheets. And every time before I start writing, I mean, every time I would sit down as a session to write, I would read my character plotting so that I had that fresh on my mind as I continued to work my way through the book. So that's how I did mine.
Okay. And did you find it hard to do it that way, or did the characters just kind of speak to you?
I think this character spoke to me that way. I think I'll do it somewhat again. It worked well for me in this process. So I think I'll do it again that way. I did surprise myself. So without giving too many spoilers, um, the moment with Alessandra has in the basement, that was nowhere in my thought process.
Really?
No way, like I had no idea that that was going to happen. I was sitting down, I was writing, and it was just like it just came to me in my mind. I was like, I can't effing do this. I cannot effing write this. And I did.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I was really blown away by it. I wasn't sure which direction you were going to go, if you were going to do like a lighter kind of romance or if you were going to go dark. And I mean, obviously you went darker. So I was very
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised by the route you took. And it was fun. And all I heard was your voice.
Yeah.
I
I'm
felt
glad
like I
you
was hanging out with
that's
you.
what I'm so glad you say that, because that's what I want my readers to do is I want my readers to I don't ever want a reader to meet me and it be a shock of who I am in person.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you have met me before, I don't want it to be like, oh, this book doesn't align with her. So I think
Hmm.
that's important to me to just stay true to anything that I do.
No, and you definitely did. Your personality very much shines through your work, and I loved it. And I know one of the topics that you cover in the book, again, I don't want to do any spoilers, but the one of the topics you cover in the book is it's kind of a tough topic to discuss, and it's kind of just the acceptance. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to know, like, how did that impact you mentally? Because, that was really hard for, me to read, so I can only imagine how it was for you to write.
So I don't know how many people know this, but I come from a family of ministers. I live in the Southern Bible Belt. So I was not accepted in my own family and was kind of like there were years where we had to go like no contact to protect my own mental health and the mental health of my family. So very much I've lived through things like that.
Hmm.
Um, I've had best friends who the I went to school with people who aren't here with us anymore because of the lack of acceptance
Right.
of their lifestyle and their choices to love. And so I just wanted, I think because I felt that so much just personally, I just wanted to make sure that it was there.
And I think first, I'm sorry that you went through that. I don't ever think
Yeah.
anybody should be punished for who they love. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I love how you described that. And
Hey, babies. We love the babies.
thank you. You just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
But
Yeah.
I love how you did that in the beginning because you very much get, okay, like this is the atmosphere that we're going to deal with. And
Hmm.
I don't think you see it sometimes in a lot of romances. The sapphic romances I have read never have that in there.
Yeah.
And I guess from what I have always seen, it has been less accepted in the stuff like I've read with like the male characters rather than the female characters. And I always think they're kind of missing that opportunity because it's not always like that in that case.
Yeah. Yeah. If you live anywhere in the South, in the Southern, what we call like in the U.S. to call the Southern Bible Belt, you'll get that part of the book.
Yeah. And that's why I was really appreciative of you pointing a light to that because like I said, you don't really see that in books.
Yeah.
You get to see like the male perspective. But in sapphic romances, I guess in my personal opinion, like the ones that I have read, I have never came across those characters like having issues with like their family accepting them or having
Yeah.
issues of like people trying to change them as strongly as I do see it in MM romances.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that because I'm like, okay, like there are people that are going through this and have went through this, and so they need that representation. And then you put that in your book, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Well,
So
you got it
I've
for a little bit
very
of both.
much,
You got it for the sapphic and you got it for the male male
yep,
aspect.
yes, and I very much appreciate that because I was like, you're really making sure like everybody is seen in your work, and you're making sure
Yeah.
everybody feels welcome. So like I really don't know about going against the grain. I feel like you're opening up a doorway for people to come in and like not have to worry about who they are and know that they're gonna have a good time in your book because you're making everybody feel welcome.
Let's just hope the rest of the world feels that way.
You know what? And if they don't, I will come after them for you because
You know
I
that
had a
you
great
know my
time.
motto. If you don't, then just
And that's why I thought that was so important because I was like, I don't know why people are having a problem with your author stuff. First off, I thought it was amazing. I was like, that's who I know right there. This is
yeah,
100% from her mouth. Like, there was no doubt in my mind that came from your mouth. But at the
yeah,
same time, yes, like, you don't like it? Okay,
yeah,
bye. Like, I
yeah.
don't need you.
I
You
don't
don't
want to
need to
be one
be
of
here.
those. You know how authors write something and they write things for like 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden they write this story that people don't agree with, and they're like, "I'll never read this author again." Well, let me
Yep.
just help you write out on my debut novel. Here's what I am.
Right.
If you don't like it, don't even stick with me through book one. You know, because this is what's coming your
Yeah.
way.
It's weed them out because they're not going to be what you need and
Yeah,
the character base or the reader base that you want. So better to get rid of them already.
yeah.
And I loved your cover art. So how did that come to be?
So I did my cover. It's an author on here that also does cover art, Alexandra Shaw. And so I was on a live one night and we were just talking as authors, and I was like, okay, I need a cover artist. And who do you people use? And Alexandra was like, I do. Here's the covers that I've done. And so we went back and forth. We had a virtual call, and I told her like my vision for the book, and we went back and forth for 2 weeks. And I thought she was going to hate me because every time she would send me something, I was like, I love this part, but can you edit this? And can you do this little bit? And can you change the writing? And I thought she was going to fire me as a client. I just knew she was going to do
No,
that. I was like, she's gonna say it ain't worth it, girl. And
no.
then we finally got to it, and I was just so happy with it.
And what is the inspiration behind it? Because I feel like it has some symbolism.
Well, certainly, it's called the unbinding, and so you hear in the book a lot about a binding ceremony that takes place, and you're talking about a couple who went through the binding ceremony that are kind of untangling
Mm-hmm.
this to live in their true identities.
Hmm.
And so I think you see a lot of that in the book. And then there's the Schmuriel Schmurderer aspect of it. So then you've got the blood aspect that's on the book. And then, of course, there's a mafia background. So that's why I kind of went with the black cover. So that's kind of just how my brain worked.
I loved it. I thought it was so fun. And the mafia aspect, what made you go mafia route?
So that is very in the mafia when you're talking about real, not just like in romance books, but it's very much like old Irish, old Italian, very much
Right.
like there's still like the old school mentality in it. There's still arranged marriages that go on, or marrying for power. And so that's I knew that I wanted the two characters to have a reason to be together to kind of undo themselves, and it made a very good match.
Okay. And did you have to do a lot of research into like the mafia background and their structure?
Yes, that's why I said I'm on a watch list. I just know I am. I know I am.
And how was that research? Was it everything like I anticipate? Like, was it really that fascinating going in trying to find real examples?
Yeah, it was a wild ride, I'll tell you that. Because there's like I don't know how to explain this, but there's cities, and cities, different cities mafia operate different way. Like there's so there's actually a real five families. Jill Ramsor writes a book, like a book series. It's called The Five Families, but there is really a five families mafia in New York. And I guess because New York is so big, there's like, and it was a coastal, like a, like where people, it has a coast. So years and years ago, when all this started originating, it was easy for like port stuff. And so the mafia really makes their way in some port stuff and warehousing. And so it was like a battle of the death. And then they have these five families that ended up making it through the city. And they kind of like, they partner. They don't really partner, but they get along for the sake of getting along. And then if you go over to Chicago, which is a Midland, they, they ain't getting along for like, you're just public enemy number one if you're from a different family, you know. And there's mainly three families in Chicago that run Chicago. But if they're not friendly with one another at all. So I think, some of that research was fun and some of it was very graphic, and I was like, okay, that's it. They'll be knocking on my door any day now.
Right.
Yeah,
I
can
was
we
just
do a
curious
search of your home?
because,
We
right,
we have a warrant
because
for your arrest based on your book.
based on your search history, we need to
uh,
come in and look at
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Have them come in and
Well,
look at my library. Look, no, really, look at my library.
it's
I promise,
really
it's
about
all
the book.
fiction.
It's about the book. I was just curious because I felt like you touched on so many topics, so I could only imagine the amount of research that you put into it. And you're not a person that's gonna half-ass something, so I was like, all I
Mm-mm.
picture is you having like just notes upon notes upon notes upon notes when you're researching. So that's why I was curious.
My computer screen setup is a three-screen setup. At all times during this writing, all three screens were in use.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And what did you find in your author journey to be the most difficult?
Um, I think for me, it was the like, I think your first book kind of can be hard. Maybe it's just me that my first book was hard, and maybe I did it to myself by like registering for a couple events. But I'm like, okay, I want to start getting my name out there other than something as a reader, because that's where I'm building towards going. And my first event is going to be, it's May 16th. It's Indie LitCon in
Yay!
Indianapolis. And so I was like, okay, well, by May 16th, I have to have books in hand. So I kind of have to finish by this date so it can go to editor. It can come back from editor and have my final review and anything I need to add or take away.
Mm,
And then I've got to send to print. I know that print is 3 weeks with KDP, and I'll be printing through KDP. And that changed for me because I always wanted to do Ingram Sparks. So a little bit of historical context on publishers is, if you want all big chain stores to have access to order your book, you have to publish through Ingram Sparks. They are the most expensive self publisher route that you can go, but it's like, if you're willing to invest that and lose that profit, you may have a wider range of audience, because any Barnes and Noble could order your book, any Walmart, Target, Books a Million, anything like that. Now, Barnes and Noble has Barnes and Noble Press, but then you're limited to Barnes and Noble's only being able to order your books, right? And then the logistics, if you do through Barnes and Noble Press, I mean, let's just face it, everybody, as much as we all may want to say bad things about the Zon, we live, breathe, and die with orders by the Zon. So KDP to me started making the most sense, because I was hearing feedback from Ingram Sparks. Like, if you do it, like I have one author friend that I'm friends with. She put her books into Ingram Sparks in November. She's still waiting on books.
in
Yeah.
November? Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I think just the reliability of KDP, that their average print process, and pretty much all authors have told me this, 3 weeks you'll be fine. And so I know that they can stay true to their timelines, and then also that it feeds for the average person is not going into a bookstore every weekend, but the average person is on Amazon every single weekend.
Right, right, right.
So
As much as
that's
we
where I
don't
landed with
want to be.
KDP.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like whenever you're looking at something or you're running out of something, you're like, all right, let me go back to Amazon. So I very much see the thought process behind that.
Yeah. Yeah, and when I do things in real life, I tip people, like, this is probably bad, but like my hairstylist, she has a Kindle. She doesn't really read paper books because she says she's blind, and she is like, I tell her she's Helen Keller. She sent me a picture one time of how zoomed in she was to her Kindle, and I was like, "There's 5 words on the page, Helen Keller. What the heck? How many times you got to tap to get to the end of that book?" And so I cannot buy her a book, but I like make her Kindle inserts when I go to my appointments. My person who does my facial, I take her a book in a gift bag. So like I tip in books is what I say, or bookish things. So it's very easy. I always find myself going to the Zon to get like something right before I have some type of appointment. So
You know what? I'm gonna start having to do that. That's fun. Here you go.
people know me
That's
as the
I'm,
book lady. Oh, she's coming with some kind of book item.
that's not bad to be known for though. Like that sounds amazing to be
No.
known for. And I'm so excited for your book to get published. When is your book coming out? Can you give us all a date?
That date will be determined as soon as I load it into KDP. So as soon as I load it into KDP, they'll tell me a print by date, and that'll be the release date. So it's the editor. I think the editor will be done with the edits by mid-February. I sent it to her on February 2nd, and then we went back and forth on some file types, and she had it for sure in the file type that she prefers by February 4th. So probably like February 15th, February 19th is when I should get it back from the editor, and then it'll probably be with me for another week and a half or so, and go back to her for probably 2 days with what edits that I'm just running those by her. So I think by like the first week of March, my goal is like the first week of March is to download it into KDP. So I'm thinking the release date will be like the first week of April, probably. It's what I'm thinking, just based on all the
Okay.
timelines and stuff. So I think that's when it'll be.
And do you want to do a release with the audio, or are you gonna do the audio after?
I wanted to do the release with the audio. This was a bit of a learning process. It's hard to get your first book to go audio at the same time. I I do a lot of, as you all know, I do a lot of work with BNA, and I even sent BNA a message, and they're like I don't know if it's their template response, but they're like, sorry, we only work with published authors.
Mhm.
So I think they really want to get an understanding of the author. And two, like I get their point of view. Some authors wouldn't keep, like, you know me, like if there's a deadline, I'm going to meet it. I took 3 days
Right.
of PTO to meet my own deadline on this book, just so I could finish it when I said I was going to finish it. But I get some people are more of a creative spirit, and they kind of write how the on less of a timeline. And if you're doing that with your first author, and then you line up all these narrators, and then they're sitting there waiting, I would get it and understand. So I kind of understand on that aspect of it. And High Gravity, I also sent it out to them as well, and they said, it doesn't have to be published. You just have to have it in ACX or whatever, which is like a digital format, kind of like getting it into a Kindle file. As long as they have it in a digital file, you don't have to have print publishing done, but you at least have to have it converted to a fully gone digital publishing file. So as soon as that happens, it'll go out, and then I think after that, then the company start working with you and say, when's your next book? Like, let's go. Once they have some faith that you can kind of do the output in the certain amount of time, then I think they do try to start working with you on things like that. That's what I have learned so far in the process.
I love that you have this insight now because for me, I never really know what goes behind the scenes, right? Like we're just always like, hey, is it out yet? Can we go buy it yet? We don't know
Yeah.
the work that you guys put into it, obviously, besides the writing. So that's why I was curious how you got the process of like publishing your book, and then if you were going to do like a mass publish, or if you were going to keep it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like on your website in your author shop. I didn't know which route you were going.
It'll be a mass publisher. It'll be available. It'll be KDP. And then I work with different indie bookstores. So there's an indie bookstore here in Charlotte. I can work with them. There's D&K Books. There is Beach Reading that has like a TikTok shop. Like she does like book packages. So I have a few friends that have like indie book shops. So I'll certainly be in indie book shops, and I will I do legal agreements. I'll like with what I do. So I may try to with some local branches of Books a Million, because Books a Million does take indie authors. You just have to go in and go into an agreement with them. So I may do some local ones, and we'll see where that leads us.
I'm so excited for you. And I know book club has a couple questions. Would it be okay if I invite them up with you?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
All right, because I know
Bring up the
Wendy has
girls.
questions. The gals are here. I know we were all excited because you were coming on, and everybody was like, Christina, go and bribe her, try to bully her so you can get the book before
I would
here.
have loved to give all of them the book, but I just feel like I told you, like I gave you a warning. It's the very, very unedited version. So I think there could be some changes, and I would hate to give it out to a larger group and
Right.
then there be any impactful changes. It's like, I just kind of still want to hold it close to the heart until I get it back from the editor.
No, that makes sense.
then I'll send out arcs like crazy. I got no problem sending out arcs.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
The event.
And Miss Wendy, I saw you posted a question in the chat. Do you want
Yeah, I was just wondering how long from start to finish did you actually write? Like,
So I started in November, the weekend after Halloween. So like the first full weekend of November, I started because I was in New Orleans Halloween. And that goes into that like first week of November. So I started when I got back from New Orleans, so like the second weekend of November, and then I finished January 31st.
really?
you cranked it
Yeah,
out? Yeah.
Wow. So
yeah.
you really used all three screens. It's like,
Yes,
nope,
and
I
I also I lie. I do plan a little bit. So with my book, I told you I do the character plotting. I do calendaring. So I set out each week what chapters I was going to write. Like I'm going to write chapters 1 through 6. Did I know what was going to be in chapters 1 through 6? Absolutely freaking not. But I said I'm going to put out 1 through 6 to my beta reader group. And then the next week I'm going to put out this. And then this week there's not going to be anything. It's going to be me like going back and polishing and like understanding my story. So I did do the calendaring and I stuck by that pretty strongly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Want to be you when I grow up?
Nice.
But I will say this: the time an author types the end on a book, you're not going to see that book for 3 months. That's what
Yeah,
I've learned on the
exactly.
back end. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be 3 months, no matter how bad you want to put it out. Like right after you hit the end, as the creator, you're like, put this out into the universe, and then you're like, oh crap, here comes all the admin and the business stuff. It's going to be another 3 months before it makes it to everybody's eyeballs.
And what was the name of your publisher again?
KDP, so they're the preferred Amazon publisher.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
KDP.
So was the whole process, I guess, like the publishing side and like the business side, was that much of a learning curve, or did you kind of understand that world a little bit better with your background?
Um, so I think I understood. First of all, I'll say what some authors don't do. I think I'll back it up and then I'll get to your question. So, one thing that one of my author friends said is, Victoria, I, please don't do this without NDAs. I mean,
Yes.
you can look up different state law, and different state law says if you send something out in writing and you can prove that you wrote it, that it's automatically protected. You don't have to copyright it. You don't have to do NDAs. Some states aren't that favorable. And so I had done that very much so when I started selecting beta readers. When I started just creating the beta channel, before they got added to the beta channel, they signed a NDA. And they signed an agreement not to use any of the material and things of that nature. So that my background in business did help me not have to go to an attorney for those things because I type out agreements quite frequently. So I think that saved me some cost. I can very much see where authors would skip that part of the process because if you had to go to an attorney to get this done, it would very easily cost you depending on what state you live in, $500 to $1,500, depending on where in the country you live in. So I think that benefited me in the career space that I'm in and having exposure to that. So I did that. And then I started the writing process. I had an author sit on my beta team to kind of help me through things if I would get stuck. She would help me, and then I had 2 beta readers, and so that kind of helped me through the process. And then once I got probably 2 weeks from knowing that I was at the end, I just started speaking with different. Like I spoke with one of my author friends, and I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about going to Ingram Sparks because I know this about Ingram Sparks." And she was like, "Yep, there's the positive, but let me tell you the negative." And then I had another
Right.
author friend of mine that does quite well when she puts books out as far as some of the sales. And I was like, what do you do? And she told me what she did. And so I kind of sit with those because I had my mind up. My mind was made up for Ingram Sparks because I knew it would give me a plethora of information. And then it's like how I had to sit with that and really say, okay, what is more important to me at this point? And then I switched to KDP.
And you said you were going to an event. What other events are you going to?
So I've applied to be like on the wait list for events that I was going to as a reader this year anyway. The only author event that I have so far right now is Indie LitCon. That's the author event that I have. And then I will be at Tempted by Fiction because we are hosting some Audio Attic events. So it will be the weekend after Indie LitCon. So not that I'm going to be an author at Tempted by Fiction, but probably in my suitcase I will probably have books in case anybody wants one, right? And then after that, as a reader, I'm doing what is it? Smutmas in the Smokies, Tennessee LitCon, Book Harvest Chicago, Wild and Windy Vegas, and then ADEAA Ruby Darlings event. Doing that one. Can't remember the initials. Slap my hand. And so I'm thinking about adding one more in there. Shell Rose is going to one in Columbus, Ohio, and I love her to death. So I'm probably going to end up making way for the one in Columbus, Ohio. I think it's called Beyond the Reader Event, Columbus, Ohio.
Oh,
so I'm probably going to end up adding that one. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I was just hoping, I was like, maybe you'll come on the West Coast so I could be like, hey, I know you.
So
I'll be in Vegas.
I'm going to a bunch of the events that you're going to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Indy. I'm working Tempted. I'm going to Smutmas. I'm going to Tennessee LitCon. Yeah, so like 5 chances to see you over.
Yeah.
So she's gonna get all the books for us now. She's gonna get the signed books from you for book club.
So I'm putting every event that I'm going to, I'm filling out the wait list information, just in case, because they do have, that's how Ruby got in Vegas last year, was being on a wait list situation. So we'll see. Let's see what happens.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to just watch you blow up because you're such a kind person and you're so talented. And I'm like,
Aww.
Finally she's writing her books. She's finally telling her story. And I'm just like, finally. It's like watching your best friend just flourish, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited. And then we'll have to go to a Magic Mike show or something again to celebrate. I can clutch my pearls again.
This time y'all are going to a ladies show. We're not going back to see the zucchinis. We're going to see the peaches.
I'm down with that.
Okay? I'm taking y'all to a women's show the next time. We're going to find one.
Ain't nothing wrong with peaches. We all like peaches.
We can go to Hustler when she's in Nashville.
Hustler? Huh?
Yeah, we can go to Hustler when she's in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hustler. I might
Yep.
have to go to
She's
Nashville.
Googling it.
I might have to go to Nashville.
Come on,
might
baby.
might make a penny or two,
Come on.
Yeah. Don't make me break them stripper heels out of the closet and knock the dust off now.
There you go.
See, because we need a cage. We are owed a cage. We need a cage.
They
I
keep talking
told
about
Shell.
this damn cage.
I told Shell I am quite the negotiator. I'm sure if I go to Ohio, I can in advance talk to a local adult establishment there and rent a VIP room and have whatever I do choose to pay for it in the VIP room. And I may so choose to have a cage.
And then you're gonna have to dust
That might be what I
those
plan
hills.
for.
And then I'll be like the one with the camcorder. I'm like, you're doing great, honey.
See, here's the problem. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So if you would keep them
Say
hills
that.
out, you wouldn't have to dust them off.
Girl, let me tell you, I can't. My body don't twerk it like my back don't work quite like it used to in my 20s, honey.
Mine don't either. Because girl, I'm probably older than you are. So
And I'm older than both of you, so hush.
I know.
And I still don't know how to twerk, but I
My
pretend real
twerking
well.
ability, it works better with vodka. I think it loosens up the back muscles a little
You
bit.
got
And
that.
the
You
more
got
Grey
that.
Goose that I have, the more my twerking muscles get loosened up.
There you go. There you go. All right. All right. All right.
So now we
Now
know
that
to
I know
give
what
her some vodka.
Yeah,
Not
now
just
that I know
any.
what
She
likes,
said Grey
I'm just gonna
Goose.
have
She was specific.
Yeah,
I'm very
I'm gonna have a
specific on
bottle
vodka.
waiting. I'm gonna have a bottle waiting in the VIP room.
There you go.
There we go.
I do Grey Goose and I will deviate to Sky Vodka. That is it. Those
I
are the
love
I did
only
Grey
two.
Tito's. No
See
Tito's?
you got good taste.
Mm.
Oh,
Grey Goose.
girl. Tito's.
Huh?
It's like,
To be fair, the most drinking I've done before or after kids was in Vegas because before Vegas, the
yeah.
most I drank
Hi,
was
Bree.
Four Locos before they were recalled. Okay, so like that's my experience.
Yeah.
Four Locos and Hypnotic. That's what I used to drink prior to kids.
Oh my goodness.
I
I was
forgot.
telling how naughty I used to be. So cherry lemon sundrop is red. Um, and so is aftershock.
Yeah.
And so when we were in high school, we used to fill up cherry lemon sundrop bottles with aftershock, like we thought we were being sneaky. It smells like straight cinnamon, but we would mix aftershock into the cherry lemon sundrop bottle and drink it while we were in school. I was not a good kid.
I wasn't either. I got in trouble for that one time.
I mean, I used to drink in high school, and then like I stopped in college, got pregnant, didn't drink, and then it was like I met y'all ladies, and then I met some like ladies here that are older than me, and then they started teaching me how to drink. I was like, I haven't really drank until now, so I'm like, now I'm learning. Now
The
I'm
question
learning.
is,
Just
when
wait
you
till
say when you say you drank in high school, did you drink at high school during the day?
Yes.
Because I used to, hopefully my siblings are not in here. I used to be in the photography club. So when we would go develop the film, because you had like that the room that you would
Yeah,
go into and it had a little, yeah, we used to drink in there while we're developing our stuff.
yeah. See, I just knew you were my younger version, my ride or die bestie.
And I always tell people that like the only memory I have is I had 1.5 watermelon for locos. I woke up in a ditch and my sock was bleached. That's it.
Your
Like
what was bleached?
my
Her sock.
sock, one sock was bleached.
No, none of the rest of your articles of clothing, not your pants, not your shirts, nothing had bleach on it.
Nope,
Amazing.
one sock.
Wow.
I don't remember a lot of my childhood, but god damn it, I remember that one that one time. Nova!
Just because it still got you puzzled to this day. See, the reason that you remember it's
Right,
like you're still
Nova?
trying to remember.
Right?
How did my freaking sock get bleached?
Just wait till you come to Nashville, Christina. Just wait till you get to Nashville. Girl.
Are you coming to Tempted?
I am.
Yay! Are you doing the game night that I'm hosting?
I don't know.
With
Excuse
the look
us?
on
What
Tara's
game night?
face, I don't think so.
What game night?
Are you in the
I don't
audio
know.
attic, Tara?
No, but do I need to be? Because if I need to be, I'll be.
Probably for a couple of months because we have some
Dear
events that
what?
we're hosting.
Do tell me what I gotta do. Send me what I have to do, and I will do it.
Okay, I'll send you. You can go to the Joe Arden. You can go to his profile, the Audio Attic. You can join at the base. Like there's different levels of membership. Like if you really are a Joe, let me put this in nice words because I've been told I can't use that other one in public. If you're a Joe fanatic,
Okay.
I love you.
the other word starts with H and ends with O. So if you're a Joe, a fanatic, you can go to the Audio Attic and you can join the membership, base level membership, and you can drop your membership. Like you can do month by month, so you could drop it after May. But these events are specially for the Audio Attic, and so we're doing. There's going to be Precious is hosting Dancing Cowboys.
Yes.
I am hosting a game night. Kate is hosting book tattoos. I think we have someone hosting honky tonk, and then someone hosting staycation at the hotel where they just are going to stay at the hotel and kind of just chit chat and stuff like that. So we have quite a few events. There's a trivia with Joe. One night there's like karaoke and trivia with Joe Arden. There is a send off breakfast with Joe Arden. There
When
is
is this
a
one?
welcome night. This is in the Tempted by Fiction weekend.
This
What?
is May. You have a
in
ticket,
May.
Wendy.
I have what?
You have a ticket to the event.
Oh, so all I have to do is that's the one I bought. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one
got
I
this
thought,
one.
Wendy.
I
She
bought
doesn't
a
know.
ticket because I wanted the grab bag. And so why not go since I bought a ticket?
And it is sold out. It
It's
is
sold out, yeah.
officially sold out.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the dates again?
May
It's a one day.
23rd.
It's May 23rd, but we're going in for the weekend. So the Audio Attic events will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
We're doing a send off on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, because it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Oh,
So it'll be-
well, shit, I might as
Yeah.
well go anyway since I
Yeah,
have a
so
weekend
it'll
off.
be-
Wendy bought a ticket and doesn't even know when the dates are.
I
I
love
Yeah.
know.
it.
It's killing me. She
Well,
bought
she
it
wanted
for
the
the bag.
swag bag.
I wanted the swag bag, so now I have a reason to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were
Literally,
going to be there, Victoria. So, I
the
mean, we
tickets
are
are $25. The tickets were $25,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
then you
See,
paid an extra $10 for the swag bag. That's it.
Yeah.
That is not bad at all. Where was this event at?
It's in
it's
Nashville.
it's coming up in Nashville
No,
Oh.
tequila.
in May, and that's a nice time to be there. It's not too
Did
hot.
we
Yeah.
not
It's
talk
not too
about
bad.
this event? Shame on me.
No, we talk about kink and ink.
We've talked about this one because this is the
Yeah,
one I'm actually collaborating with
right.
Tempted by
Right, we
Fiction
did.
to
Mm-hmm.
do giveaways because I'm part of their group is called Nashville Smut, and it's a
Yep.
book club, and I'm part of that club. And so I do a lot with the Tempted by Fiction. So I'm doing a collaboration with them to do a big giveaway during the dark market, which is in October.
Yeah.
So the people have to come find me at the May event and take a picture with me to get entered in for the huge giveaway in October.
Fun.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Now,
So everybody come find me. If you're coming to Nashville, come find me, take my picture, like post it on Insta, following us, me and Tempted, and you can get entered in. And I have
I'm
a
going
bunch
to
of
the
authors
Jordan
that
event in October
yeah,
because
there's
it's
a dark
here in
market.
LA. So,
Oh yeah, it's on the West Coast. Yeah. I was gonna do that one, but I'm like, I can't swing it. I can't do Vegas because I would literally have to do Vegas, back
Vegas,
home, LA,
back home, and
then
Ruby.
Salem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Holy
I just ain't
crap!
built for that. I'm not built for that, so I'm gonna skip out on Joe this year.
I'm not. I can drive, so I might as
You
well
can drive.
go.
Yeah.
Might as well
I'll live
go.
vicariously through you. Post all your pictures
Yeah.
so I can live through
And
you.
now I'm hoping that when I get to Raleigh, you're not going to be gone to one of
When's
your
your Raleigh
events.
trip?
I'm trying to get it in March.
Are you going to the Triangle, the Tempted in the Triangle event in
No,
March?
no. I'm going to look for a house.
Oh, I think there's an event in March, depending on which weekend that you come in. There is a book event in March in Raleigh.
Really?
Yes, and that's the one
Yeah.
that May's coming to from Australia.
Oh,
Let's
There
go
you
with
go,
Lindsay.
Wendy.
Corbin's going to be at
Please.
that event, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a. I
Let
have
me.
a
I'll screenshot the thing and send it to you, Wendy,
All right.
so you
Thanks,
know what weekend
Victoria.
in March it is.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, but
Now
I'll
that
come to
I'm
Raleigh.
going to Nashville, so I might as well just think about it.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing in March, so I can meet you.
I just love how she bought a ticket though, and just like was like, "What event?"
Oh, that's what I have a ticket to. That was me in New Orleans. Precious had me in some things I bought 2 tickets to because I didn't know. Precious was like, talk to this person, get this ticket, get this ticket. And then I ended up buying 2 tickets to the exact same thing. I'm like, well, this ticket's better. I'll take this ticket, give this ticket to somebody else. I mean, I just didn't even know where I was going when I was in New Orleans. I was like, I'll just Uber. Where are we going, guys? I'll Uber with you.
I'll just be there.
I'm just showing up. I have a ticket in somebody's name.
just to be here. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so excited for your book to get released.
I am
I
too.
cannot wait for everybody to read it, and I cannot wait for you to get the attention that you deserve.
Oh, I love you
I
for
know. I'm
that.
having FOMO because I didn't even read it.
None of us
And
have. Christina's the only one.
I know. That's
She
why
read
I
it.
said.
She got the version, okay? Because it's not even been edited yet, and I had to warn her. I was like, "It is the
it's
very
great.
unedited version. Be kind to me."
Well, when
I know, I
you
haven't put it
alpha
on my
read, you're
notes yet,
used
but
to
I
that, but you still get the gist of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get the gist. Yeah.
I still had a great time.
I bet you did, little hooker.
And then I was taking notes because I was reading it on my tablet, so I couldn't type. So I was taking notes. I was like, Victoria, I gotta put in these notes. So now that
I
I got
get those
my,
messages from her on a daily basis. Wendy.
Well, now I have to go back. I do my acknowledgments at the end, but now I got to go back and thank Christina because this live right here, you guys are getting a scavenger hunt. I've decided I'm going to put all the toys in the front of the book and say, write what page you find this toy on. It is going to be a scavenger hunt. So I'm going to thank
Oh,
Christina
yeah.
for that idea.
I love that.
Yes! Ooh, and then when you go to an event, you can get like the scavenger hunt and then put little stickers for your readers to do.
Yeah,
Oh,
fun stuff.
see?
Well, that means when I see her in Nashville, I'm gonna have to get a book plate. Oh well, no, wait, the
I'll
book will
have
be
my
out.
books. I'll have
Okay,
my books with me.
That's right. So I can get an actual signature. I don't have to get a book plate.
Yes. And then we can
No.
get a photo with you. Yes, and then we can have like our book club photo and be like, "Hi, we had her on here. We know
Yeah.
this
We knew
famous
her when she
person."
was at Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, then once it comes out, you and the book club can decide when you guys want to read it. You can pace yourself at what, like when the club wants, because you've had a little bit of experience with it, Christina, but the rest of the
Immediately.
group has not had enjoyment.
Oh yeah, me and Wendy were in the room
Yeah,
when
we
I was at
were in the
Magic
room.
Mike.
I was
I
like,
was over
Magic
here
Mike,
clutching
really?
my pearls.
No. Yeah, no, I don't want it. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna
You
go.
know what? But I have never went. It was my first time in Vegas, so I was like, I'm gonna go. And I wasn't expecting it though. Like I knew what it was, but I was over here thinking the movie. I'm over here like holding on to Jen and Victoria. I'm like, oh my God!
I'm telling you right now, I don't know the water scene, the water dance that they did.
Oh,
How
That's
did
where
they
I
not
was like,
have? I'm like, how do you not come out of that with bruised lower parts? I mean, there
Right?
was some hammering,
Because the
hammering
thrust.
going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I would be my whole this area would have been a one solid black and purple bruise. I'm telling you.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. See, Marissa, we did good by staying home.
Yeah, and old Sunshine and Paperbacks over there is being quiet, like she didn't have one of the front row seats to that son of a
That's
gun. She's not commenting.
excuse me, that's birthday girl to you, madam? That's birthday girl to
It's
you?
her birthday today.
It is
It's her
her birthday
It
today. It's mommy's birthday.
Okay. I think we all
Yep.
need to join in with our non-singing voices and have
Our
a rendition of Happy
non-singing
Birthday
voices.
here.
Agreed.
Yes.
Here we
So
go.
on the count of 3, we'll get going. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you.
Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
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 Happy
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 birthday,
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 dear
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 mommy.
Jen.
Jen.
Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
to
you.
you.
And
Wow,
many
that was
more.
something. That was something. Thank you very
the
Yeah,
much.
the
you're
worst
welcome.
Something you'll
rendition
never
you've ever
forget, right?
heard.
I'll never forget.
And then
And
here you
Blondie's in
go.
the background like cha cha cha.
No. Is
La
she
la.
really?
Yeah, I have my AirPod in and I'm over here singing and then she's like cha cha cha
Cha cha cha.
Cha cha
cha
cha.
cha cha.
Oh my goodness. All right. Are we ready for our group photo?
We
Victoria, will you take
are.
a photo with us?
Let's go. Of
All
course.
I
right.
fixed my
You ready?
pajama
Fix my
top.
bangs.
Everybody get your ponytails in place, your bangs in order. Let's make sure we're
Okay.
good here, peoples.
Gotta fix
Got
my
it.
Here we
bun.
go.
Sure.
All right.
Ready?
Are we ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Yep.
1,
One, two.
2, 3.
She goes.
Did you get it?
Marissa.
She went pause every time she pauses
Every time.
herself.
I got one too though.
You got
Okay,
one?
Nice.
good.
Okay.
Yay.
I
I'll
don't
be
think she
right
thought
back.
she. All right.
I think it's like the update on the iPhone when it updated. Now when I screenshot stuff, it does that. I'm like, why? Why?
See, I have like 2 updates, but I have no storage, so I'm like, if it quits working, I'll come and do it.
I hate the update. It's weird.
Yeah.
It
Things are
is.
not
I
where they
kind of
need to be.
certain things I like about it and certain things I don't.
Oops.
Mm-mm.
I'm an Android
Well,
user, so I don't have to worry about that iPhone stuff.
me
oh,
too.
I
Me
wish
too,
I used to be an
Victoria. Me
Android.
too, baby.
I
I
wish.
used to be Android,
I
and then my
know.
husband made me change.
Yeah.
It's his
No,
fault.
I'm
He made me
okay on
change.
the Android.
Marissa?
I will
Well,
stick with my iPhone. Oh, did I
oh
really?
no,
You
Marissa,
did
you
what?
got.
What did,
Damn it.
what
Did she get
happened?
kicked
Girl.
out?
She got flagged. Yeah.
Why?
For
What'd she
what?
She's
do?
in the car.
I'm still opening my gift.
Oh.
That's the
Oh.
Dangerous
second nope.
activity.
Yeah, because you can't be in a car.
Yeah.
Damn it.
God
She's like
bless.
Can't be in a
rude.
moving car.
Yeah.
Can't be in a moving car. They will pop you
Well,
for that.
Oh, good
yeah.
to know.
Thank you so much for joining us. And like I said,
Thank you,
I cannot
Christina.
wait to watch you just blow up. It's going to be amazing.
She's going to, if we have
From your
anything to
lips to
do with
God's
it.
ears.
Yep. If we have
Yes.
anything
And
to do with it,
everybody's coochies.
yay. She said
Yeah.
we can open.
Who
All
said
right.
that?
Yeah.
Marissa did.
Jeez.
She said we can open.
Hi, Kat.
Kat said happy birthday. She said we can open. I'm opening.
What? Yeah, they
Wait.
sing.
Well, we hope you have a great night and thank you for
Thank
joining
you,
us, like
Christina.
I
Have a
said.
great night. Thank you for
We hope
having
to have you
me.
back
Thanks,
too.
Victoria.
Bye.
See you in
Bye.
March.
Uh,
Yes.
Tara.